Hello, it's Dina from Fitness Incentive. It's just about 11 o'clock. I am signing on so I could give a moment or two, see if anybody pops on and joins me, making sure that I'm actually out there. It says I'm live. I hope I am. Hi. Hello, Risa. How are you? Hi, April. Okay, cool. I'm on. You guys can hear me okay? If you send me a little message that you can hear me okay, that'll be great. Good morning. Can you hear me, April? Am I coming through? Hi, Sha. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. We're going to do another Pilates mat class this morning. So again, suitable for all levels. Thank you. Great. Thanks so much. Let's give it another moment or so. Thank you all for popping up. I'm so excited to see everybody. I wish I could actually see you though. All right, so the mat class we're going to do today is again suitable for all levels. Everybody's going to, modify where you need to. As always, I'll cue you through the whole class. Let's get started. I'm going to take these guys off because I can't see except for reading with these. Otherwise, I don't need them. So I'm going to go to lie down. But before we do that, we're going to start lying down on our backs. But before we do that, I'm going to give you the option to grab a hold. To grab a hold of some light weights if you do have some at home. You don't have to use them. It'd just be an option for some of the exercises. Of course, any of the exercises you could use weights if you want to. Anytime we're doing anything with the arms. Be sure to have a blanket or a folded up towel or a pillow for underneath your head if needed. When you're lying down on your back, you want your neck aligned with the rest of your spine. So sometimes if your head is back or you're really tight in the shoulders, you might need something just to elevate the back of your skull to lengthen out your neck a little bit. I can't really see you to advise it, but if you happen to be somebody that takes my mat classes and I've put a blanket under your head in the past when we were together, that might be advisable that you put one under your head for today. Alrighty, so as always, the rules are the same. You listen to your body and listen to my cues. Listen to your body first, my cues second. If something doesn't feel right, you stop. The things that make Pilates different than every other exercise discipline is the adherence to the principles, understanding and having a concept of the principles of Pilates, centering, concentration, control, precision of movement, fluidity of movement, and breath. So throughout the class, at any point, if you find yourself holding your breath, just go immediately for an exhale and then start your flow. Suggested breathing is in through the nose and out through the mouth. And anytime I have you doing any exercises where we're up in a chest curl, where head and shoulders are lifted off the mat, if you can't get it out of your neck, you lose your connection, stop, take a break, or we can always work in a neutral spine. Modify where you need to. And that's it, okay? So let's get started. Find a spot where you can lay your whole body down, where you can reach your arms overhead, arms and legs, and you can reach your arms out to the sides, okay? I might pop up in a moment just to make sure that you guys can see me in the frame here. I think I'm good. It's hard to tell from my view. So anyway, let's take that long body stretch. Reach the arms overhead, arms to one wall, legs to the other. Constantly feeling like you're giving your body this traction. Someone is tugging gently at your ankles and someone else is reaching and pulling at your wrists. And just reach your body and wiggle kind of side to side. Lift your waist, pull it back. Just move around. Swim your arms up to the ceiling. Shake your legs out. Shake your hands, your feet. And take some nice deep breaths. And let's start by centering our body's energy. Bending your knees, placing your feet flat to the floor, placing your feet where they're hip width apart. That means your heels line up with your sitting bones. Ideally, we'd love to have shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles all aligned, okay? And feel your feet, lift your feet, roll through the heel and the toes, and try to find that place where you feel even energy dispersed underneath each foot. So I want you to feel the big toe side and the pinky toe side of each foot, the ball and the heel. Lifting the toes a little and then feeling the toe pads connect as best as you can. Everybody's foot shape and toe shapes are different, so you want to feel as much of a connection through the soles of the feet as possible. I always say, even though we're not standing, our feet are so important in the connection to the energy coming up through our body and then back down into our feet. So use the foot energy now to feel energy coming up through your legs. Keep the inner thigh energy alive, that Awareness that I always say is if you're holding an item between your knees that you don't want to crush, but you don't want to drop. So maintain the connection through the big toe side of your foot, that core meridian, feeling the inner thigh connection, and bring that energy up through the rest of your body. See that you can have even weight on both sides of your body. Notice, am I heavier on one side? We tend to always do that. Everybody tends to list, if you will, to one side more than the other. So try to find even weight from your feet, through your legs, through your hips, and the rest of your body, shoulders, including the head. The arms are down alongside the body, reaching long through the fingertips. Shoulder blades are neutral on the back ribs. Collarbones are wide but not popping. Find your breath as you inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Find that neutral spine now. Check with your pelvis. We want to make sure the pelvis is not in this rear tilt, and we want to make sure it's not in a forward tilt. So find the place where you can engage your waist muscles, front, back, and side, to pull your pelvis into this neutral place, making sure you're not pushing your hips back or pulling them back, and you're not popping them forward, dropping them forward where you're lifting your waist off the mat. So roll your pelvis back and forward a few times, left and right, and find that place where you're centered and in neutral. Try to keep your butt from gripping. Use your waist energies. Feel your waist as you breathe. Find the midline where your left and right sides meet together, and the center line where your front and back body come together. Tap into that awareness of that central axis of your spine, that length of your body from the base of your spine all the way up to the base of your skull, and then continue that energy line out through the top of your skull. Once again, collarbones are wide, chin is in neutral. Once you find that neutral center, I want you to engage those deep abdominal muscles, that navel to spine energy, that scooping energy where we draw the navel toward the spine to help support and stabilize this neutral position that we're starting with. So feeling a length and a connection at the same time. No grippiness. The shoulders are not shrugged. They're not rounded forward. They're open without pinching back. Your spine is long, open, and connected. Feel again. Scan from your feet through your legs, through your whole body. With each inhale, feel your length. With each exhale, feel that you're flattening that navel toward the spine, that abdominal current in toward your spine and up toward your sternum. See if you can tap into that corset-like energy, wrapping around your ribs, your waist, and your pelvis. Feeling everything nice and long, but centered. And let's start with just some traditional arm raise movements. Objective here is going to be to lift and lower the arms without losing this neutral spine. So maintain neutral spine, stay stable, and reach those arms slowly up toward the ceiling and only as far back overhead as you can without losing your neutral. That means you don't pop off the mat, you don't shrug and drop. The arms are simply pivoting from the trunk. Take your hands out as wide as you need to. Bend the elbows a little bit or as much as you need to allow this movement to happen without sacrificing your neutral, stable spine. And repeating this, reaching the arms overhead, preferably on an inhale, and exhale, bringing them down. Whatever breath works for you is fine. Just try not to hold your breath here. Let's try 3 more. Breathing, reaching. Check in with your feet. Don't let your legs be floppy. Let your legs be strong and solid, helping to stabilize the rest of your body. That's it. Now here, keep the arms down on this one. Hover them just off the mat. Turn the palms to face the body. On an inhale, bring the hands out, hovering the arms just off the floor. Only as far out as you can without shrugging up into your shoulders. Keep your shoulders nice and stretched open here, okay? And slowly bring the arms back in, hands toward the thighs. Inhale, keeping the upper arms from touching the floor. Open up. Let the arms be long, almost as if they're an extension of the lungs as you inhale. Feel the ribs expanding a little bit. Reaching and breathing through the fingertips. Exhale, bring it back in. Nice, tight, corset-like energy. Nice, scooping energy on that exhale. Repeat. We'll have 3 more from here. Nice, long neck. Breathe. Draw your abdominals in. The arms are the movers. Everything stable. Maintain that neutral spine. Let's do 1 more. I think that was 2 or 3. You know me with counting. Sorry, guys. Love you. And bring the arms down. Let's work through a little bit of movement of the pelvis and the spine, okay? So when we bend or round the spine, it's spinal flexion. When we arch or extend beyond neutral, it's a back arch, right? So this would be a lumbar flexion or a lower back or a pelvic curl or a reverse curl. or a rear tilt. So I don't want to grip my butt and push back where I do that poop instead of the scoop. Don't push your belly muscles down and out. Draw them in and up, okay? So we want to think about the back body on the mat. And we're going to think about scooping the belly, using the waist to just tip the pelvis back. Roll the hips back till you roll just to the top back of your pelvis, and then slowly roll the pelvis back to neutral. Scoop, pull the pelvis back, flattening your waist into the mat, and then return it to neutral. Don't overshoot and pop into a forward tilt or pop your belly muscles. Abdominals are engaged the whole time. They're going on overtime to pull back into the rear tilt, and they're staying on. Front, back, and side abdominals all working. Let's do 4 more. Rear tilt. Try not to grip and push your butt. Pull back to neutral. 3. Trying to do this from the waist. And 1. I just had to check my neck. I had to fix it. I was looking up and my neck was extended too much. So check in with your alignment from the front, back, and side body. Now hold this neutral pelvis. You should feel these waist muscles on when you are there, okay? Now we're gonna walk the feet a little closer to the body so that we can go into a little bit of bridging, articulating the spine. Inhale here. On the exhale, pull back into that rear tilt. Now press into your feet. Grab that imaginary item between your knees. Lift your hips just off the mat. As soon as that lower back starts to lift, think of your thighs stretching out past your knees, shins, and toes, and come up into this neutral shoulder bridge, straight line from your pubic bone to your breastplate, okay? Send the thigh energy out past the knees, shins, and toes. Keep the inner thigh energy for that imaginary item. Try to feel that your heels, your ankles are lined up underneath your knee. They're not tucked up back here, and they're not too far out in front, okay? And feel this energy. Try to make sure you're not wobbling side to side. Arms are strong into the mat. Keep your collarbones open, head, neck, and shoulders undisturbed here. Use your deep core muscles and roll back down without rounding the shoulders forward. Imprinting one segment of the spine to the mat at a time. Feel the pelvis return to neutral. Inhale here. Exhale, pull, press into your feet and lift up. Lengthen. Roll back down. Try to really use this spinal articulation here. One segment of the spine at a time. Stop in that neutral at the bottom. Pull from your waist. This is 3, coming up for the count. Pressing. Reset the hands and arms as needed. Deep breathing. Rolling down at your own pace. You can always go a little slower than my pace or my cue, but please don't go faster than my pace or my cue. Lengthen the body and the body weight out past the knees, shins, and toes. No body weight into your throat. Let's try 2 more like this. Rolling down. Keep that imaginary item between your knees. Try not to let your knees rock and roll here. Should really press into the feet. The feet are the things that are lifting your hips up from this point. Press into the feet. Feel the fire in your hamstrings here. Don't just grip your butt and thrust, okay? And roll back down. We'll take it 1 more time like this. Now here at the top, let's stay here at the top. Now, we're going to remove that imaginary item between our knees, and we're going to squeeze the knees together. And as you squeeze the knees together, tighten up your corset and draw your belly in a little bit deeper. Now, identify your hip width apart placement and open just to that. Keep everything lifted and stable, and squeeze those knees. And as you squeeze, squeeze everything tighter, and return to that hip width apart distance. Ready? Let's count. 10. Squeeze and open. Squeeze everything, including your waist and your belly, a little tighter and open. This is 3. Come on, squeeze everything. Stay up there, don't drop. 4, be careful not to open wider than hip width apart here, okay? 5, check your neck and shoulders. Good, this is 6, squeeze it all, squeeze it all, squeeze it all. Keep it all turned on even as you return to that hip width apart. 7, good, belly gets tighter every time you squeeze those knees together. That's 8, 2 more. Open. Squeeze, open, that's 10. Now squeeze and keep them together and pulse them. Don't let them come apart. Pulse them in, don't move your body. 10, 9, 8, everything's meeting in the middle. 4, 3, 2, stay up, tighten your waist. 10 more. 10, don't let them come apart. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open them up, just hip width apart. Lift a little higher by pressing into your feet. Get the body weight out of your neck and roll back down. 1 segment of the spine at a time. Feel the lower back connect. Feel the pelvis return to neutral. Stretch it out. Did you feel that? I hope so. If you were doing that and organizing the energy the way I was asking you to, you were on fire. Bend the knees in and extend the legs to the ceiling. Flex the ankles. Get a nice stretch through those hamstrings. Try to keep your pelvis from lifting or tucking back. Lengthen your spine as if you're going to lift your waist off the mat to a back arch to really feel that stretch in the back of your thighs here. Pull your shoulders down. Flex and point. Good. Rock them out. Alrighty. I'm just going to come up to see. Make sure that any comments, everybody can see me and hear me good. Hi. Hi, Susan. Hi, Patrice. Hi, Jackie. Hi, everyone. I'll get back to everybody later. I'll definitely talk to you guys all later on when I could see all the comments. Okay, so hopefully you feel a little warmed up in those legs. And let's get back into center. Ready? Hopefully you're still lying down there. Okay. So here we're going to come back into that start position, neutral spine, knees bent, feet flat. Find everything in center, neutral, elongate. Use your breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here, we're going to reach the arms overhead. Inhale here, no shrugging. On the exhale, we're going to press the hands down and lift up into your chest curl. Eyes go at or just above the knees. Don't let your head go back, okay? We don't crunch the hips back. We're trying to maintain this neutral pelvis. Maybe this ever so slight rear tilt, but don't be tucking back, okay? And we're going to tap the hands to the floor. Don't look at your hands. Keep your gaze forward toward your knees, toward the wall in front of you and the ceiling in front of you as you come back down. Try not to move your pelvis out of neutral. The lift is coming from the waist into a chest curl. You ready? Inhale here, lift up to lift up. Press the hands down and lower back down. Keep that belly flat. Inhale here to prepare. Exhale, come up. Breathe, flat belly, eyeballs forward. That's it. Good. Let's go for 3. This is 3. I'm going to say, so we'll do 6 of these. Flat belly. Try not to move your pelvis. Keep these legs nice and solid. Try not to let them wobble. Find your middle. Find your center. Unshrug. Flat belly. Try not to follow your hands with your eyes. Keep your eyes forward toward your knees and then just onto the ceiling above, in front of your body, not overhead. Let's arch out. And come back to center. We'll bring the hands behind the head for support. At any time we're doing any exercises where the hands are not behind your head, feel free to put your hands behind your head at any point you need to if you need support. But they're not there to give you permission to pull on your head. We don't just lift like this. Can you guys see this? Don't just pull on your head and lift like this. You've got to lift from your core. We want to lift from that core and reset that pelvis, okay? No pulling on the head. Support the weight of your head in your hands as needed, but don't pull on it. So let's come up with those hands behind the head. Remember, lift up to lift up. We never push down to lift up or push out, okay? Find your breath. Lift that chest toward the ceiling. Eyes are forward, lift is up. Eyes are forward, lift is up. Now grab a little behind your legs to give you a little bit more lift there, but keep that pelvis neutral. And now slowly lower down just till you feel the base of your shoulder blades want to rest and come back up. Keep your gaze forward over your knees. Up, pull the belly in. The word lower here is a verb, so keep it action. Don't just up and drop, up and drop. You're never letting go, okay? You're never letting go. You're working harder on the way down maybe than you even are on the way up, okay? Here we go for a count of 10. Keep your your eyeballs forward. Those eyes. 3, belly flat. 4, you're never letting go. Stop right before you want to let go when those shoulder blades are just about to rest down. Don't let them rest. 4 more. Come on. 3, you don't need the hands behind the head, then bring them here. That's up to you, okay? Belly flat. Try not to tuck like this. Let's go 1 more. You ready? Come on, feel that. Up, 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 down, 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 and stretch, arch off the mat. Deep breaths. Pull it back to neutral when you're ready. Here, we're going to tabletop the legs, okay? So get back into neutral. Stabilize here, tabletop one leg, and then the other. Now, be sure that you don't pop your back or your belly, and you don't tuck up into a ball here. So if you need to modify by keeping 1 foot down, keep 1 foot down, and you'll do 5 with one leg up and 5 with the other leg up. Otherwise, both legs up. We're going to maintain 90-degree bend in the hip, 90-degree bend in the knee as much as possible. So from the lower body, from the waist down, nothing's going to move. Stabilize that lower body. Here we go. Up, lift up to lift up, and we go down right before we want to let go. And up, eyeballs forward, lift up. 3, 4, flat belly, come on. 5, don't rush. You're using the co-contraction of your flexors and extensors to lower. You're not letting go at all. Come on, let's go. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. Let go. Reach out. Arch the back. The key here is it's a co-contraction. You're not just lifting up and taking a break. It's not like up and then down and then up and then down like you're re-recruiting. You're staying on the whole time. Your back muscles, your front muscles, your entire core is on fire if you're doing that the way I'm asking you to. Okay, here we go. Back to neutral and center. This time, legs go straight up. Try to maintain or find first 90-degree bend in the hips, so thighs are 90 to the trunk. We're going to do this trying not to move the legs. If you're really, really tight in your hamstrings, bend them a little bit. Or again, keep one down and one up, okay? Here we go. Lift up to lift up. 1, eyes toward the legs. 2, try not to move those legs too much. 3, 4, flat belly, come on. 5, flat belly. 6, we're lifting up. We're lifting up. 8, lift up. Come on, 1 more. That's 10. Hold it up there, hold it up there, hold it up. Pull your belly in and reach for your feet with your fingertips, not your shoulders. Lift from your waist to lift up. Don't shrug your shoulders. Breathe and come down. Stretch it out, arch the back off the mat. Good work. How you feeling? Good. All right, back to center. Find neutral. Stabilize with the feet first to help you set your pelvis, and then extend your legs out long. Deep breaths. Now let's bring the hands behind the head again. Elbows are slightly up to see them in your peripheral vision. Once again, lock in your middle. Press your feet together. Have a little micro bend in your knee so that the kneecap is kind of just floating over the joint, and really feel the inner thighs turn on. Find your breath. Lift up into your chest curl. I would love for you to look out past your feet and sink your lowest ribs and your belly button into that mat. Deep breaths. Now lift this right leg up. Only, it's gonna look like my left because it's reversed, so lift your right leg only to the height, okay, as high as needed so that you stay connected, but as low as needed to challenge yourself to lift this left leg up to meet it without popping your belly, without popping your back or dropping out of your curl, okay? So it shouldn't be down here if this is happening. All right, so let's find that place. Let's go, let's lock it in. Right leg lifts, left leg comes to meet, and left leg moves only. Right leg stays there. Come on, get up in that curl. 3, 4, 5. Keep that belly tight, come on. 7, 8. Can you go any lower? Do you need to go higher? 10. Lift a little higher. Breathe, grab a hold behind your legs and lift a little bit more. Lift a little bit more. Stay up there, flatten your belly, and bring it in. Reach out, stretch. Come back into center, other side. Here we go. Stretch it out. Try not to let the weight of the legs pull your pelvis into that forward tilt. Lock it all in. Press your feet together. A slight micro bend in the knee. Feel this energy, inner thighs turn on. Everything's wrapping. Everything's tight but not grippy. Engage your middle. Where can this left leg lift is without letting anything get lost, okay? But we'll get into our chest curl first. You ready? Come into your chest curl first to anchor through your belly. Belly button into the mat. Don't tuck your hips back beyond a neutral into a really tight rear tilt, okay? Hands are here or hands are here. Here we go. Left leg is gonna lift and you're gonna lift the right to meet it. Now maybe yours has to be up here. That's okay. Don't be down here if you pop, okay? Here we go. Let's make that 9. 8. This leg is the mover, the opposite leg, right? It looks like my left, but it's my right. 5. 4. Belly flat. Come on, try not to pop here. 2. 1 more. I just moved that leg. Oh boy, lift a little bit. Grab a hold behind your legs. Lift a little bit more and stay up there. Reach, drop your shoulders, flatten your belly, and bring it in. And lengthen out. Stretch it out. Arching the back off the mat. Good. All right, we're gonna do a few more things here. Supine, and then we're gonna come up and do some quadruped, all four control work, okay? So, all good? You guys can see me? I hope it's not too dark in here, the lighting. All right, you could comment and I could fix that for next time. Friday, I'm gonna be doing a stretch. And, all right, let's get back into it. Here we go. Neutral spine, knees bent, feet flat. Prep yourself for bridge, and I didn't mention this before when we were bridging. If you have a high blanket or towel or a pillow under your head, take it out when we bridge so that it doesn't force your neck to hyperflex, okay? Let's get into your position for bridging. Remember, when you get up there, you can reset your feet so that your ankles line up properly. Find your breath, and here we go. We're going to articulate up. Use your waist energies to pull your hips back. Press into your feet, imaginary item between the knees. Stretch the body weight out past the knees, shins, and toes, and we're gonna roll down just to the lowest rib. So right before the belly button and the lowest back want to come to rest, that's where you're gonna stop, okay? So let's roll it down. I'll move my arms so you can see the articulation if you're looking. We bend, we are rolling down right there, right before the back of my belly button wants to come down, so the hips never touch, okay? And we roll up. Let's go on a little bit of a tempo. Down and up. Roll through that spine. Keep your legs stable. Come on, imaginary item between your knees. If you have an actual item you want to put, that's fine too. This is 5, 4. Try not to move your head, neck, and shoulders. 3, 2. Come on, imaginary item. Keep those legs strong. 1. Now let's go down in neutral, right from the hip crease here. We tap and we press from the feet. Don't thrust your butt. Try to keep this all neutral. Straight down, straight up. It's happening from the feet to go up. Okay, and I'm gonna say 5, even though I'm sure I'm off. Come on, imaginary item between your legs. Don't let the knees flare out. 4, counting down. 3, 2. Now let's stay up on this one. Reset your feet as needed. Now here, we're gonna lift from the feet, just lifting your body up a little bit beyond neutral. Don't pop your belly or your ribs. Just press from your feet to pulse up. And don't go lower than this center plane here, okay? So we go up, right back where we started. 2, it's that small. 3, keep that imaginary item between your knees. And if you're doing this the way I'm asking, you are on fire. Belly tight, keep the weight out of your neck. 6, big toes are connected to the floor. 7, don't drop down. 8, this is happening from your legs. Isolation here. Hold. Don't hold your breath. Use your waist and roll down. Keep length and keep openness in your neck. Breathe and release. Good. Let's take one leg up, one leg out. Try to get a hamstring stretch here. So we want to have, again, the alignment of the spine nice and long. Try not to tuck into a ball. Only bring this leg to the place where you don't hike your hips up. Okay? Flex and point, roll the ankle around. Maybe you want to bend and straighten the leg. Wherever you go, it's okay, but try to keep your spine long. So if you're really tight, just keep it here. Put that blanket back behind your head, or maybe even another one to give you a little lift so that you can get a good stretch. Bend and straighten. Unshrug your shoulders, and let's switch legs. One on the floor, one to the sky. Flex and point, roll the ankle, check your hips, check your body. Maybe you're gonna bend and straighten. That's it. Good. Okay, so we're gonna do a little version of crisscross here with rotation. This version here, we're going to take one leg at a time, and one leg is gonna stay on the floor. So I'm gonna lift my right leg with my left leg staying out on the floor. Again, image is reversed. It's going to look like my left, so don't let that confuse you. You pick which leg you're working, okay? So we're gonna bring the hands behind the head and lift the right leg to tabletop position. Left leg nice and strong and alive on the floor, so don't let it plop out. Keep it anchored and neutral in the joint. We'll start with the right leg in tabletop and come up into a chest curl. Now when we rotate, we don't lean. You don't lean. You rotate, so you lift in center and you rotate around the center and you stay up in that curl as you rotate. So this isn't happening from the shoulders. It's not happening from the elbow and just the shoulder girdle. So from this view, when I rotate, I don't lean and roll on my shoulders. I stay here and I rotate right around that central axis of my spine. And I'm trying to stay up in that chest curl. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's try that. First thing we'll do is a few rotations with the knee bent and staying in place, and then we'll add the leg movement. If any of that doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. Modify where you need to. Okay? All right, so here we go. Right leg into tabletop, left leg is active on the floor. Let's flex the left foot that's on the floor to help you anchor through the heel, but don't push down into that knee too much. Once you get this leg up, come up into your chest curl, anchor into your middle. Pelvis doesn't move. Try not to rock side to side. Find that central axis of your spine. Lift up, stay up in that curl, rotate, keep this leg there, and come back to center. Can we try that again? Just do this rotation, lift up, don't lean, come back to center. Now don't rock those hips. Here we go, bring the leg in. Good, stay up in that curl, and reach out. Bring the leg in. How about flexing that foot on the press out? Breathe. Try not to rock the hips. Keep this leg tracking in the frame of your body. Don't let it rotate out, or you're gonna go rocking toward it, okay? Stay up. Come on. 4. Let's do 8. 5. 6. Come on, get up in that curl. Twist from the waist, flat belly, stay up in that curl. Let's make this 8 right here. Funny faces I'm making, huh? And lower down. Let's do the other leg. Ready? Okay. Right leg out on the floor, anchor, hands behind the head, lift up into the curl, left leg in table. Just do a rotation in the trunk, keep the shoulders off the mat. Don't move the leg yet. You ready? Make sure you're centered. Here we go. Bring the leg in a little bit more, stay up in that curl. Head, neck, and eyes, just stay in line as they rotate. Eyeballs go a little bit to the left, past that shoulder, keep those shoulders up off the mat. Oh, let's flex that foot too. What do we got? Let's say 5. Oh, come on. Give me that little extra oomph to get across to that leg, but don't roll. No rocking. Stay up in that curl. Good. That elbow comes across last, not first. Good. Can we go one more? And center and lower down. Arch it out. Stretch it out. Good job. All right, let's try a little roll up here to come up to sit, or just rock yourself up to sit. Deep breaths, inhale. Try to lift up. You could flex or point your feet. Try to lift up to roll up, roll up, roll up. Flex or point. Take a nice feel-good stretch over your legs. Doesn't have to be a spine stretch forward. It could be anything. Okay, so beginning of class, I said if you wanted to use some light weights, to grab a set of light weights. So you might want to grab them nearby in case you want to use them for this this sequence here. And you really will just need one weight because you're only going to do one arm at a time. So we're going to come into a quadruped or all fours position. If you cannot be on your hands and knees, you can modify, not modify, but you can do a version of this on your belly. Whatever leg motions that we're doing here on all fours, you can do on your prone position. But be careful, okay, with your lower back. So hands are a little wider than shoulder width apart and a little bit in front of the shoulders. Let me go here so you can see, okay? Are we good? Okay, I think so. All right, so we're gonna roll the elbow points back and we're gonna find that neutral spine. So find the best neutral that you can, and we're going to take the right leg back with an ankle flexed. Okay, reset what needs to be reset, because our tendency is going to be to shift over to the left side and pop this right hip up. So try to square off. Now again, I know it's going to look like I'm on my left and my right. My left is lifted, but this is really my right. Okay, so this right arm is really strong now. My left arm is very light. So what we can do, if you want to, is take the weight into the left hand and reach the arm down toward the floor. Okay, so let me turn this way so you guys can see this. Can you see me? Okay. So my right leg is out. I'm going to lift the right foot to about the height of my butt cheek here. Well, where I think it's about the height of my butt cheek, I'm going to try not to drop to one side. Left arm is light, so I'm going to take the hand down to the floor, and I'm going to tap my right foot down, and I'm going to lift the arm and leg together. Instead of doing the opposite, we'll do it together. Okay? Just like this. So find your neutral. Find your stabilization. Arm is an option. Keep the arm down if you can't maintain balance. Ready? Lift leg, lift arm. And we tap. Align your neck, get your body weight back. 2. Your left toes can be pressed into the mat or pointed back. 3. Keep lifting out of your skeleton. 4. Do the best you can. I have no way to check my form visually, so I'm doing the best I can. 6. We'll go 8. Good. Now, the next movement is going to be to keep this thigh up, and we're going to flex at the knee and extend at the knee. Now, tendency is going to be for this leg to rotate out, for the body to lean. Once again, we want to try not to drop that knee. So we want to keep that thigh parallel to the floor. Option to go for a tricep kickback. So bending, straightening. Ready? Keep this wrist from flopping around. Knuckles point back. Stabilize. Here we go. Bend, extend. Body weight back. Stabilize. Keep that inner thigh connection. 4, 3, 2. Stay lifted out of that right arm. Get out of your shoulders. Slow and controlled. Good. Now bring the hand down if it was up. Now make sure when you do this on the other side, we don't just bend and straighten. It's not this. We're really trying to get into that recruitment of the hamstrings to flex and extend so those glutes turn on. Okay? So pay attention. If doing the arm is going to distract you from what the leg is doing, then keep the hand on the floor. Don't worry about the arm. Okay, let's go for the other side. So here we go. Find your neutral. Find your center, weight or no weight, up to you. Okay? My left leg is going back, and my right arm is going to come up. Square off as best as you can, and here we go. Down and up. Stay lifted. 3, 4, try to stay as centered as possible. 5, 6, 7, check your shoulders, check your waist. Good, now hold. Upper arm doesn't move, upper leg doesn't move. It's bending elbow and bending knee, okay? So I'm gonna bend my knee, get your inner thigh connection. Here we go, reach and bend. 2, keep that inner thigh connection. 4, check your abs. 5, 6, real slow with that leg. 7, and 8. Good. Bring it down and sit back. Okay, so just one set of each of those. We're going to come onto our belly. And be lifted up onto your elbows a little bit. Shoulders out. Get the lowest ribs and the belly button on the floor. So don't be pushing up and back like this. Feet together. We're going to lift. Now feel free to come down all the way with your hands on under your forehead on the hands, okay? Otherwise, be lifted into a little extension, but not pushed up and back. Draw your abs in, feet together. Keep your legs real tight to each other. We're going to lift. This is my right leg lifting. Looks like my left. Keep your right hip bone into the floor. Lift and lower without coming to rest. So you're not lifting and dropping, okay? Here we go. Keep your spine long, shoulders unshrugged, and that's 1. Lift for 2. Belly tight. 3. Navel to the spine. 5. We'll go 10. I just saw a cobweb. It distracted me. Gotta clean later. Lift your chest up a little. Even if it's on the floor, lengthen it, open it up. Okay, now here we're gonna hold and we're gonna pulse. Squeeze this leg tight to the other leg. 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Take it just outside the frame of the body and squeeze it into the other thigh. Don't swing or rock your hips. Out, squeeze it in. Check your shoulders and your head and your neck. 4, 5, 6, 7. How you doing? 8, Come on, keep that knee off the floor. Squeeze it in. Stabilize your pelvis. And that's 10. Let's get right to the other side. You ready? Bring it down. Keep your spine long, belly tight, shoulders down. Left leg lifts. Anchor into that top of that right foot. Now, don't let this thigh turn out. Squeeze it into the other thigh. And bring it down and up. Belly tight. Pull your abs in. Feel free to be down here. This is fine too. Just stay out of your shoulders, okay? 4. Don't push down into your lower back. 6. Lengthen through the tips of the ears. 9. 10. Hold it up and pulse. Squeeze it tight to the other leg. 8. 7. 6. 5. Stretch through that back. 2. 1. Hold it. Hip abduction. Take it outside the frame. Squeeze it all the way into the other thigh. Come on, get out of your shoulders. Lengthen. Pull your belly in to support the arch of the back. 3. Squeeze. Anchor through that right foot. 5 more. Come on, that right leg on the floor is real active too. Your back muscles are really extending and working and contracting. Your belly's tight. 2 more here. Come on. Last 2. Activate. Last 1. And rest. Hopefully you were doing that with all the control and the energy manipulation that's needed. Otherwise, you're just swinging and you're not feeling a thing. If you're doing it the way I'm asking you to, you're feeling a million things at once. Integrated isolation. That's what Pilates is, right? Remember, it's only easy if you're doing it wrong. Okay, come to those forearms. Press and sit back. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to come up. I'm going to down on my left side here. Right leg on top. Now, we're going to be propped up on this forearm here with the elbow underneath the shoulder. Try not to be here. The other day we did some side planking like this. Here we're going to just do a little side lying like this. But I want you to be up here. Lift the rib cage. Feel free to do it all the way down here in neutral. Actually, maybe we should do today's in neutral. Let's do today's in neutral. So let's come all the way back down here and stack your spine, stack your hips, align your spine. Okay, square your shoulders with your hips. Top hand, right hand on the floor. We're going to turn both legs to Pilates stance, this little external rotation here of the thigh bone. Bottom leg and foot presses into the floor to help you stabilize. We're going to lift this top leg only as high as you can without rolling back, no kicking, no moving your spine. Try to keep this space between the ribs and hips open. Okay, we're going to flex the ankle as we lift, only as high as you can without losing your neutral or your stable center. 2. We're going to go for 8 reps on each. Keep your neck long. Try not to hike, no kicking. Lift it with control, creating resistance. Lower it with control. So it's a pull up and a press down. It's not a swing or a jump. Let's say 1 more for 8. It might be 7, it might be 9. Hold. If you're maintaining the integrity of your spine, you're going to feel your waist muscles here working as well as your leg. Turn the top leg, neutral in the joint, flex the ankle. Soften up the kneecap just a little, no grippy quads. If you soften up the kneecap and press through the heel, you're really going to feel your legs turn on. I'm going to give little pulses, the outside ankle toward the ceiling. 3, 4, try not to grip the kneecap. 6, 7, 8, we'll go 10. Now hold, point the foot, rotate the leg to Pilates stance, rotate it neutral. Rotate, rotate. 3, 4. Stabilize everything. Keep these hips knitting together and stacked one on top of the other. 6. Heck, we'll do 10. I almost said, okay. Do you feel this? Stabilize the whole body. The thigh is just rotating just to neutral. Don't internally rotate. Hold it here. Now bring this bottom foot a little bit forward of your body, just a little in front of your body. And we're going to turn the leg back neutral, flex the ankle. We're going to bring it only as far forward as you can without tucking or leaning back, okay? Keep the length in your spine. Bring it up as high as you can. Point the foot. Reach it behind you for hip extension, but don't lean forward, roll forward, or pop your ribs. You got to keep your ribs in and your tail tucked to neutral. So it's movement from the thigh. It's a nice big circle. You ready? Only as big as you can go without losing it. Point back. Flex forward. Anchor through that bottom leg. This is 3. Let's do 5 of these. if you're doing them right, they're really hard. Line with your body, tail is tucked to neutral. Let's lift both legs up and down. Don't jump your body. 2, 3. Balance here if you want to. Hand any way you want. 5. We'll go for 10 again. 6, 7, 8. Don't rock. Stabilize. Hold here. Tap. Both legs, small little taps. 8. Slow. 6, 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So something happened on the top there. I don't know if I went out off live and back on. Alrighty. Stay here, stretch it out. Top leg back, bottom leg forward. Stretch. Switch the cross of the legs and take a little rotation. Bend the knees and carefully come up. Let's just get right down to the other side and get this done. You ready? Are we good? Hi, Jordy. Okay, that's attractive, right? My face sticking into the camera like that. All right, my loves, here we go. We'll go down into neutral once again. Stack the hips, square the shoulders with the hips. Come into that neutral spine. Pilates stance to start. Nothing moves but the left leg. I know it looks like my right leg because the image is reversed. Do what leg you're doing. Here we go. Flex up. We're in Pilates stance, right? Bottom leg grounded. Same thing we did on the other side. No swinging. Nothing moves. Keep this space right here nice and long. The hip does not hike up to the ribs. That's it. We did 8 on the other side of this particular movement. So again, I don't know how to count too well. So let's say, I don't know, let's do 2 more. 2. Let's do 1 more. Next set of exercise here, we're going for 10. Flex the ankles, both legs turn neutral in the joint this time. Soften this kneecap, float it just over the joint, no grippy thighs. Keep your hips stacked, abs tight. Everything stays long and small little pulses up. Soften that kneecap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it tight. Now hold. Point the toe. The long ankle, turn the leg to Pilates stance. Now just rotating from here. Turn it neutral. Rotate, neutral. Rotate, neutral. Keep that thigh hovering where it is. Don't lift it or lower it. Come on, rotate. And I'm gonna say we'll do 5 more here. 5, rotate. 4, do it from your thigh, not your ankle, not your knee. 2, 1, good. Bottom leg comes forward a little bit in front of your body. Top leg, both legs are turned neutral in the joint. Nice big circles for 5. So remember, the leg moves, nothing else moves. The hips, the ribs, nothing. Here we go. Flex the hip and the ankle, bring it up, point behind you. Don't roll forward, arch, or pop. And 2, maintain the integrity of your spine. Come on, we're almost done here. 3, 4, no swinging. I just felt my hips rock. That was not good. That's it. Now keep it back here in hip extension. Fix what needs to be fixed. I was popping a little bit. I'm going to pull it all in, and I'm going to reverse. 1. Come on, don't move your body. Everything stays intact. Long leg. I don't know if that was 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm sorry. I love you. Let's say 1 more. Wrap the ribs. Everything's connected. And split the legs. Oh, wait. We have to do these. Haha. Pilates stance. Come together. Lift and lower. Both legs lift. Try not to hop. Try not to jump. Pull your belly tight. Waist is long. 4, 5, 6, 7, neck stays long. 8, 9, check your shoulders. 10, hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, tapping those heels. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it. Pull it tight. Both legs are off the mat. Top leg back, bottom leg forward. Stack your hips and stretch it out. Roll the hips forward. Bend the knees, switch the cross of the legs. And take your hands down by your hips or your legs and rotate your trunk gently to the ceiling. Roll onto your side. Use your hands to help you come up. Head coming up last. And we'll come onto hands and knees to finish up here. Hands a little wider than shoulder width apart. And a little bit in front of your shoulders. Rotate your shoulder points back. Wrap your shoulder blades around to your armpits. Find your neutral. Step one foot back. Step the other foot back. Come into your plank. Really lift out of your armpits. Try not to hunch. Tuck the tail just into neutral. Stay lifted out of your skeleton. Lengthen through the tips of your ears. Press back through your heels. Don't push into your knees too much. Lengthen and lift out of your armpits. Step your feet out wide. If you cannot be in a forward bend, then now just come to your knees and carefully make your way up to stand. Otherwise, lift your hips up to the sky. Take your feet wider than hip width apart. Rise up high on the balls of your feet. Press into the big toe pads. Walk to your fingertips. Bring your heels down and walk your feet so that in your nice wide leg forward bend. Drop your head if you can. Breathe. Let's have those knees bent. Walk your hands up to your thighs. Tuck your tail. Roll up to stand. Lift it all up tall. Finding your center. Step out wide again. Take a nice deep breath. Fill the lungs with air. Here, just twist it out and do a wet dog shake. They always come to you and just shake off when they're all wet. Oh, yes, I'm a dog lover. Take it all around. Nice deep breath, fill it up. Exhale, one more time here. And exhale. A lot of you have been asking me to do a yoga class. I know you're all checking out all the classes. We have great classes. Karen's been doing some amazing yoga. Donna, Monica. So if I could fit in a nice, gentle, explorative yoga into the schedule, I'll try to pop one in there. Meantime, Friday I'll be doing a stretch. I think it's 3:30. Check the schedule. And next week, of course, I'll see you back here. Again, message me, call me, any of us. My fitness incentive team and family, I'm just so proud, so blessed. I miss everybody so much. I love you all. Thanks for being here. Ciao for now. Stay long and strong. Peace out, beautiful people.